Nivan, your Zoom class is over.
Yes, Mama.
So please sanitize your hands. And have your snacks.
Mama, I don't want this circle shape bowl.
Nivan, is this a circle?
Yes.
No, this is not a circle. You want to learn about shapes?
Yes.
So we will learn some facts about different shapes.
I'm going to help Nirvan by telling him about the plane shapes. We have a rectangle. This is an example of plane shape because it is made on the flat surface. The plane shape doesn't have any thickness, right? As you can see, this is very thin. So this is an example of plane shape. Now talking about its side, the rectangle have 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 sides. This is called corner. It has 4 corners. Here, where the two sides intersect each other, this part is known as corner, right? Next we have a triangle. Triangle have 1, 2, 3. 3 sides and 1, 2, 3. 3 corners. Next we have square. So square have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides and 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. 4 corners. Now we have circle. Circle, as you can see that there is no side, right? And no corner. It is round in shape, right? So you must be wondering that I have shown you square as well as rectangle. They both have equal sides, right? And equal corners as well. So how they are different from each other? I'm going to tell you that. A rectangle have the opposite sides, right? These opposite sides are always equal in rectangle. If this side is 5 centimeter, then this side is always going to be 5 centimeter. If this side is 3 centimeter, then this opposite side is going to be 3 centimeter always, right? But in case of square, all the 4 sides will be equal, right? This is the main difference between a square and a rectangle. Now that you are completely aware of plane shapes, so I think we must learn some other shapes also. So come, let's learn about some different shapes.
Hello everyone. We have already discussed plane shapes. Now we are going to discuss solid shapes. What are solid shapes? Solid shapes are basically shapes which occupies space, or shapes which have thickness are called solid shapes. We also call them 3D shapes because it has length, breadth and height. Length, breadth and height. That's why we call them 3D shapes. Now I am going to show you some 3D shapes or solid shapes. So let's start. Our first shape is this shape. It is a cube. It is made up of 6 equal sized squares. So when we join 6 equal sized squares, we get a cube. We get a cube. Now next shape is a cuboid. It is like a cube, but what is the difference? The difference is that it has rectangles. It is made up of 6 rectangles, whereas cube is made up of 6 equal sized squares. So this is a cuboid. Now I'll show you other shape, and that is a cylinder. Cylinder has a curved surface or curved face and 2 circles, one at the top, other one at the bottom. So I gave Nirvan a cylinder shaped bowl, not a circle shaped bowl. So this is a cylinder. So I have one more cylinder. This is also a cylinder. This solid shape is called cylinder. Next is cone. Cone has a curved surface and a circle at the bottom. This is called cone. Your joker's cap and your ice cream cone, they are examples of cone. Next is sphere. This is a round ball shape. So it is a solid shape called sphere. This is a sphere. Basketball, football, your tennis ball, all are examples of sphere. So this is a sphere. I hope solid shapes are clear. So let's revise once again. This is a cuboid. This is a cube. This is a cylinder. This is a cone. And this is a sphere. So I hope solid shapes are clear. Now we will discuss some features of solid shapes. Bye.
We're going to talk about faces, edges and vertices. Do you remember what kind of shape this is? This is a cuboid. So let's take a look at the faces of cuboid. What do you mean by face? A face is basically a flat surface. When we put an object on this surface, it's not going to fall off. This means that it is a flat surface. So let us count how many faces does a cuboid have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. This means it has 6 faces. Now what about edges? Remember when your mom says don't put this cup near the edge of the table because it's gonna fall off. So it means that edges, when the two faces come together, this length is known as edge. Let's count the edge of the cuboid. Now this face and this face come together. This means that this is the edge. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This means it has 12 edges. Let's talk about vertices. What do you mean by vertices? When the three faces come together, they are known as vertices. Like first face, second face and third face. When they meet together, it is known as vertices. So let's count the vertices of cuboid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It means it has 8 vertices. So in cuboid, it has 6 faces, 12 edges and 8 vertices. Now let's study new shape. What is this? This is a cylinder. It has 2 flat surfaces, 1 and 2. This means it has 2 faces. And this is a curved surface. And what about edges? It has 2 curved edges, 1 and 2. What is this? This is a cube. It has 6 faces, 12 edges and 8 vertices, like cuboid.
So what is the difference?
The difference is that in cuboid, only opposite sides are equal, whereas in cube, all sides are equal. Now, after this, you will study Euler's formula.
As you already know about faces, edges and vertices of solid shapes, now we will learn about relationship between faces, edges and vertices given by Leonhard Euler, who was a Swiss mathematician and one of the greatest and most productive mathematician. He gave a very popular formula called Euler polyhedron formula. Before we go through Euler formula, let's know about polyhedron shapes. So what is a polyhedron shape? A polyhedron is a closed solid shape which has flat faces and straight edges. One thing you have to remember that faces should be flat and edges should be straight. So examples are cuboid, cube, prisms and pyramids, etc. Now you know that cylinder, sphere and cone, these are also solid shapes, but these are not polyhedron because they have curved surfaces. So Euler formula is true for polyhedron shapes only. So what is Euler formula? Euler formula is F plus V minus E equals 2. Let's apply this formula first for cuboid shape. So what is cuboid? In cuboid you have 6 faces, 8 vertices and 12 edges. Now when we apply the formula we will get 14 minus 12 equals 2. So what is Euler formula? That when you will apply this for polyhedron shape, your answer should come 2. Now you can apply the formula for cube also, because in cube you have same faces, vertices and edges. Now let's learn more about Euler formula.
Hello everyone. I hope by this time you have understood about the shapes, their facts and the features too. I was just looking around and I found this big basket. And then I gave a thought, why should not I use the Euler's formula on this big basket? As it is a solid closed shape with flat surface and the straight edges. So let's start. As you know, Euler's formula say F plus V minus E equals to 2. So let's start with the face first. Front face 1, back 2, left 3, right 4, bottom 5. And at the top you can see that this edge divides the top surface into 2 parts. So 5 plus 2, 7. So this basket is having 7 faces. So we'll write here 7. Now let's move to the vertices. So start from the front face again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At the back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So total how many vertices? 5 plus 5, 10 vertices are there. Now we count edges. From the front face, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 edges. At the back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 plus 5, 10. On the left, 1, 2. So 10 plus 2, 12. On the right, 1, 2. So 12 plus 2, 14. On the top, 1 edge. So total now there are 15 edges. So let's solve this. We got 15 edges. So 7 plus 10, 17 minus 15, which equals to 2. And here our Euler's formula is all solved. So now when we get the answer 2, or the Euler's formula is completely justified, so we can conclude that this solid shape is a convex polyhedron. Now what is a convex polyhedron? Convex polyhedron is a solid enclosed shape in which if you try to join any two opposite vertices, the line joining the vertices will lie on the surface, right? So this is a convex polyhedron. And what is concave polyhedron? Concave polyhedron is completely opposite to the convex polyhedron. Let's take a random example for this Euler's formula. If I put a random value of face, vertices and edges in this equation, suppose faces are 7, vertices are 8 and edges are 12. So what it becomes? 7 plus 8, 15 minus 12, which equals to 3, and which is not equal to 2 as per our Euler's formula. What this implies? This gives us two conclusions here. First, Either this object does not exist with 7 faces, 8 vertices and 12 edges. And second, that if in case this object exists, then it is not a convex polyhedron. So this is all for now. Now it's your turn. Look around, find out some objects, check out their features and facts. By the time, stay home and stay safe. Thank you.